Alright guys, welcome to today's workout. So, keeping it fairly simple today. Going to continue the theme of more, let's call it endurance based. Trying to keep the same constant pace throughout the workout, but then just mixing it up a little tiny bit with some conditioning stuff, some body weight and some weighted stuff. So we're going to go like we did the other day. We did the plyometrics, the battle ropes, etc. So we're going to go with a 12-minute AMRAPs. We're going to do 2 of them. So the first AMRAP, we're going to simply use the rower. So the rower with some body weight. So we're going to simply alternate a 200-meter row on the rower. We're trying to keep our stroke rate down below 20 strokes a minute, but we're trying to keep our pace at around the 203 to 205 per 500. So it still means we still have to pull, fairly decent pull, but it's a much slower return. It's not going to tax us out. And given we're only doing 200 meters, we're going to get to that point at some point during the workout where it just becomes a bit of a labor of activity. So 200 meters on the rowing machine. You're then going to come onto the floor and you're going to do straddles. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate some straddles. We're going to do 20. I'm just going to count them 1 per side. So basically from here, starting in this position, jumping forward, back, forward, back. So again, if I jump forward, this comes to the outside of my hand, so I've got 3 in a row. This back foot comes forward to create a triangle. So if I ever have to, I can lift my hands and I can lift my hands. So for those who are familiar with MMA or Muay Thai, when we're doing a sprawl we can come back up and we can stand and get back up into the fight position. So that's movement number 2. Going to go back into the rower again for another 200, and then we're going to come into kick sits. So again, so side on, hands planted, kick through and sit, kick through and sit. Some of you call them sit throughs, but in zoo we call them a kick sit because that's basically what we're doing. You're kicking through and you're sitting your hip, excuse that, far out. The sweat in the eyeballs stings. So we're doing a kick and sit, we're keeping our hands planted again. We're only going to do 20, but we're only going to count 1 aside. The whole idea of this, we're going to get more rounds on and off the rower. So AMRAP, 1 for 12 minutes. 200 meter row, 20 straddles. 200 meter row, 20 kick sits. Repeat that process for 12 minutes. You're going to work up a sweat, as you can see. Can't see. We're then going to give ourselves a 2-minute break. After the first AMRAP, we're then going to transition onto the bike. So we're going to do the same thing on the bike. We're going to use the bike on, off, and we're going to pair that with 2 weighted activities. So the bike, we're going to simply sit at around 66, clickety click, 66 RPM. Trying to maintain that each time because we're only going to go for 10 calories. An easy number, 10 calories, 66 RPM. You're done and dusted in around 30 seconds or thereabouts. You're then going to come off the bike, you're going to grab your kettlebell, in this case I've got a 24 kilo, and we're going to do 10 kettlebell swings. So again, we're not looking at anything ballistic, just nice and consistent. Hinging at the hips, no squatting, no knee dipping, soft knees, hinging here, hip drive, to move the bell, elbows locked in so we're not muscling the bell. Okay? So I encourage you to do that with a heavier bell than you normally would for 10. We're going to go back onto the bike, get it for another 10 calories, we come off, then we're going to do 10 dumbbell snatches. Now I've chosen to go with the 25, just simply to slow everything down, and that also will jack my heart rate up. So 2 options, you can go 5 in the right hand, you can go 5 in the left hand. Okay, I did that for 1 round, 5 right, 5 left. Second round, I alternated. So again, so I took my dumbbell, come through, 1, change at the top, 2, 3. Okay, so in this particular case, I'm doing a full snatch, touch and go from the floor. I'm not doing a hang snatch, or I'm just coming to here, to the knees, and driving out. For me, it's a full touch and go each time. Then jumping on the bike again for 10 calories. So again, just to repeat, AMRAP 2, same format, 12 minutes. 10 calorie bike, 10 kettlebell swings. 10 calorie bike, again 66 RPM or thereabouts. Come off, 10 dumbbell snatches. Repeat the process for 12 minutes. All up. For me, heart rate, I've been finished now, well, probably 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I'm still beating at 104, which is quite good. I'm getting a good sweat. Yeah, it's a bit warm inside today, but that was the intent rather than getting outside with a bit of a breeze, just to build a bit of a sweat. So it is endurance based. We're not going hell for leather, but it's still going to make you question why you're doing it. And at the end of the day, you're doing it because you want to become fitter, you want to become stronger, and we're doing it inside here because we're sweating, because we want to make ourselves mentally tougher to know that it's not going to stop us from getting our work done. That's today's workout. Enjoy. Comments below, like, subscribe, tell a friend. If you need to know a bit more, DM us, find us on Facebook as well too. There is a free group that I've only just started, and I'm going to open that up throughout this month of November. And again, it's all about the protocol for dads. So what I do day to day, it's not necessarily a cell environment. It's where I want dads to come in and simply share with each other what they are doing, and I'll share what I do also too here in the program. Cheers.